Hello and welcome to Hitman's first escalation mission. These are specially crafted missions that progressively get more difficult with each new level. The first escalation is called the Snorasson Ascension on the final test map, and the objective is to kill the KGB colonel with a pistol while being dressed as a Soviet soldier. So let's begin. Immediately after starting, I went right, picked up the crowbar and got over the fence. I sneaked past the cars and got over another fence. I'm now in the storage area with the generator. In order to lure the soldier to this place, I need to disable the generator and wait for him. Once he's close, a crowbar suddenly hits him. First part of the objective has been completed, and now I need to enter the facility through the window and go up the stairs. The colonel will be nearby. My initial idea was to distract this guard and shoot the colonel while being outside, but as soon as I managed to throw the coin, the bastard decided to walk back in the building. I followed as he entered Jasper's office and waited until an opportunity presented itself. He started walking towards the bathroom, and I continued following him inside. I guess he didn't mind any of this. He apparently also didn't mind seeing me pull out a gun and shoot him. Maybe he is a loyal follower of Jaden Smith and doesn't believe mirrors are real. However the case may be, he died, and after storing him in the trunk, I left the area and completed the first level. The second level adds a complication to the original objective, which is to break into the safe in Jasper's office. After doing everything like before, this time I decided to disguise myself as the colonel, and before going after the safe, visited the radio room. Thanks to my connection to the gods, I knew that the safe key would be in this room, so I picked it up and very casually opened the safe. A vodka bottle was in there. The third level introduces another target, which is Jasper's guard and the former Egyptian prince, Moses. The only requirement for his murder is wearing a mechanic's disguise. After completing the previous objectives the same way as before, I set foot on finding a suitable mechanic to steal clothes from. If you remember, there are 3 mechanics in the hangar, usually. 2 were missing because I never triggered their conversation, so they are standing in front of the base entrance the entire time. This presented a problem because this one bastard is in a very awkward position, and taking his clothes seemed a bit difficult. Luckily, mechanics like coins, so I threw one to get his attention. And then another one.
Okay, back to business.
As his stupidly curious face entered the lonely room, I strangled him, because he forced me to use 2 coins. This murder takes 5,000 points off of the final score, but I don't care, he deserved it. Since now I had everything I needed, I went back up and waited until Jasper left the room. Strangling Moses was a very brief and deadly event. The fourth level contains a time-based complication where it is not permitted to leave a dead body out in the open for longer than 90 seconds. I consider this complication to be pussy smoke. I did everything the same as in the previous level, but instead of murdering the mechanic, I just choked him a little. The final level of this escalation mission brings another complication that prevents the usage of pacification, which means I have to kill and hide every person that gets in my way. This made things slightly more interesting. I had to murder the first soldier instead of crowbarring his face, and later, instead of luring the mechanic into the room like before, I went all the way towards the base entrance and triggered the conversation the 2 mechanics had. After doing this, they walked into the hangar, and one of them was the porn addict that I talked about in the previous video. Since he was isolated from everyone and a trunk was nearby, killing him and taking his clothes was very simple. By murdering Moses, the final escalation level comes to an end. Completing these levels in this way was a bit tedious, because the new complications and targets didn't really affect the previous objectives all that much, so I kept doing the same things over and over again, without changing anything. I can only hope that the future escalations become more difficult with interesting things and not this fucking bullshit. I liked it though, the potential is huge. Thanks for watching, and make sure to let me know, did you escalate yourself recently? I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.